Hi, this is Veronica and welcome to the Wholeness Shift. If this is your first time here, welcome. I teach people about easy, practical spirituality and intentional living. I help you navigate your spiritual awakening. So if this interests you, hit the subscribe button below. I wouldn't want you to miss out on anything good. I recently received a comment on one of my videos asking if everyone truly does have a spirit guide. Does everyone really have a spirit guide? And if so, is it possible to make them angry? Can you communicate with them even if you don't have the best behavior? So let's dig into that today. The answer is yes. Whether you believe in them or not, everyone has a spirit guide. Usually several. You're always going to have at least one guide that is your main guide and is with you your whole life. You're probably going to have some other guides that aren't your main guide, but they're still there for the whole process as well. And then you may have other guides yet still that come and go as the need presents itself. Think of it like a construction site. Imagine that you're building a home. You have your project manager who is overseeing the whole project. They know all of the details of all of the things, and they're helping to coordinate all of the things. They keep track of all of the things, right? You may also have people who are there the whole time. They're involved with the whole process, but they're not necessarily running the whole show, like your architect, a structural engineer, a designer, things like that. Then you're going to have other subcontractors who kind of come and go as there's a need for their specialty, like a tiler, drywallers, roofers, etc., electrician. They're there for a purpose, for a specialty, and when the need is met, they go. They aren't dealing with the whole project. Same with your guides. You're going to have your main guide who's like overseeing everything. You have other guides that are there for the whole show, but they might have more of a specialty or a focus. And then you're going to have other guides who come and go as the need presents. Like you may have a new medical diagnosis that you need help with. You might take on a new interest or a hobby like baking or cooking or writing or something like that. Learning a language. You might have a new career choice or a new path that you're taking on, like starting a YouTube channel or something like that. You will be assigned a guide who is an expert in that field, who that's their specialty, and they come on to help you with those things. And then when the need is met, they'll be on their way until the need arises again, or maybe never if everything's all good. Now let's address the second part of the question. Is it possible to make them mad or any other type of emotion? The answer is no. No. They are not ego-based like us humans are. They're not ego-based. You cannot offend them. You can't shock them. You can't make them angry or disappointed or sad or hurt or any of those things. You can't fire them. You can't make them want to quit. This is their job and this is the contract that they signed on for. And they are a fount of patience and love and acceptance. And even if you have a soul contract for a lifetime where you're just going to be a real jerk, they're here to love and support you through being a real jerk. Like they are here to love and support you, and there's nothing that you can do to make them impatient or judgmental or to change that. You don't have to earn or prove your worth in order to gain their acceptance. Those are human constructs. Lastly, they ask, do you have to be a good person to communicate with them? They had mentioned that, I know my behavior is not always perfect. Can I still communicate with them? And the answer is yes. Now, there's a caveat to that. There's a little side note that I want to talk about. Yes, There's, like we already discussed, there's nothing that you can do to keep them from doing their job and to support you and love you, etc. They're going to be there doing their thing and communicating with you and working out and planning things for you. However, if your behavior has not been the best, if you're involved in some like low vibe activities, your mood isn't the best, you are stuck in grief or anger or whatever the case may be, your vibes aren't the highest, that can prohibit you from hearing them. They can always hear you, but your state of vibration and your frequency can prohibit you from hearing them. That doesn't mean they're not there, and it doesn't mean the work isn't still getting done. That means you can't hear them clearly. You have earplugs in energetically. So, no, your behavior has nothing to do with whether or not they can communicate with you, whether or not they're going to do their job and hold up their end of the bargain. But it can change how well you hear them. So if your goal is to hear your guides, communicate with your guides, etc., you got to work on raising your vibes, doing the shadow work to clear out any blockages, all that good stuff. I hope this helped, and I hope it helped answer your question. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Do you have anything to add? Do you have any other questions? Let me know. All right, until next time.